Okay, well, we're here with our weekly discussion with Coach Jose Alonzo of ETBU men's soccer. Coach, a couple of exciting games here at home over the weekend, particularly on Friday. You guys battled back against Concordia, down 2-0 late in the game, scored 2 goals in the final 10 minutes, one of which came with 8 seconds to tie the game. And then got it sent into overtime, and we're a minute and a half away from getting a win or at least a tie, and gave up a goal there at the end. Talk a little bit about the weekend. I know it's disappointing still, searching for that first win this year, but you had to have seen some positives again from your team, at least just the way they battled and were able to come back, particularly in that game on Friday.
It is a very difficult situation, the one we are in right now. But as I said last week, the kids are still, their attitude is pretty good, and with that, we knew we had to win at least against Concordia, and it's very painful, to lose like that, That can only happen in soccer, that you can outshot a team and still lose, and we had so many opportunities. That's what it hurt the most, So it was very hard. And then to come back, against a team like UT Tyler, we tried at the beginning and gave an easy.
Kind of ran out of gas. It looked like,
yeah,
from the big game on Friday, wasn't it? I want to talk a little bit about some of your younger guys. Obviously, it kind of gets overlooked sometimes during the season, but you only have a couple of upperclassmen guys, senior guys who have been here a while. And there's a big leadership void in terms of just lack of upperclassmen. But you do have a strong freshman class. I think that everybody's pleased with guys like Juan Ramirez and Emerson Manzanares, a couple of other young players, Michael Pittman, some guys who are seeing some quality minutes this year and really showing some flashes of some talent and ability. Talk a little bit about your freshman class and just how you go about kind of rebuilding that base that you're looking for probably in this class.
Yeah, well, you mentioned some of the guys that are doing extremely well, like Juan Ramirez in the midfield. He's really playing very good. In the back, most of our defense, is most of them freshmen like Pittman and Daniel. Mm-hmm. They are really also behaving very well. Their attitude is extremely well because, in a way, I've been emphasizing. I've been letting them know that this is a rebuilding year and that it's very hard. I mean, even knowing that, it's kind of hard to take a loss and especially trying to win that game that we've been so close to. So, but anyway. And we have some of the freshmen that are going to be very good,
Do you see this? You've mentioned a couple of times rebuilding year, and obviously, that's what it is with the makeup of the roster, the young guys you got playing. What's the next step do you see as the head coach as far as in that rebuilding? I mean, obviously, you want to go out and you want to get another good class, put on top of this one, and probably have another really young team next year. But, just kind of those little positives that you want to see as you rebuild. What are some kind of benchmarks that you can see that, the fans looking at and can say, hey, we're making progress?
It's I was talking to some of the parents, and it's great that they have a good attitude also, and most of the ones that I've talked to, they realize they were positive and they said that it is a young team, they want to emphasize that they're a young team. But anyway, we need to keep these guys excited and also, find at least 8 good players, with great attitude, and we should be pretty strong next year if we find those players that we need to get, So.
Going back out on the road this week, again, it doesn't get any easier. You get to go to UT Dallas, one of the traditionally top teams on the men's side, and then always up at Ozarks, those guys are going to be tough. Big rivalry up there every year. Talk a little bit about your plans this week and just kind of some things you're going to be looking for from those two teams when you go back out on the road.
The guys are positive, optimistic, even though, it's very hard to be I have mentioned that, you know, somehow against UT Tyler, even though they're as good as, UT Dallas, even though they're as good as UT Tyler, somehow we always match well against them, you know, and we have beaten them in the past 2 years, you know, and they have very close games in the past 5 years. So we are looking at that, positive thing, and then, try to win this time. Against the Ozarks, it's always hard to go and play over there. I don't think they're as strong as they usually are, so we have an opportunity at the Ozarks, even though it's very hard to win over there. So, but we are positive and optimistic, and we'll keep it that way.
Well, Coach, again, good luck this weekend as you go back out. I know it's kind of getting tough as the season goes on here, but there's a win out there somewhere, and you guys will break through, and hopefully it'll be this week.
Thank you.
All right, we'll see you next week.